So my choice for the look chat is The Beginning of Everything. It's by Robin Schneider. She is a girl author. Um, in this book, it is a romance novel as well as a realistic fiction novel. It's a romance novel because obviously there's a love conflict throughout the whole novel, and there's all this girlfriend, teenage love. It's all gross and lovey-dovey, as well as it's realistic fiction because most of the events that occur in this book could possibly happen in real life. If not, they probably did happen in real life, and that's where the author could have got some of her ideas. So there are two main characters in this book. In The Beginning of Everything, there's our main character, Ezra Faulkner. Now, throughout this book, you start him off as an 8th grader, and you get to kind of hear about his past through grade 11, especially at the end of it at the beginning of the book, as well as his senior year, so grade 12, in this book. Now, Ezra lives in a small town, similar to Stittsville. I mean, everyone has big incomes, big houses, luxury items. It's a very comparable Stittsville because they have only one real high school that they can go to, and it's called Eastwood High. They do have a second school, but it's almost like it's for the kids that have a harder time understanding school and they cannot be in a high school because they need the special help. So there's really two choices, and really there's only one if you really think about it. Ezra is the hottie of high school. He is, of course, fit. He used to be tan, and he now walks with a limp because of his car accident. He used to do a lot of tennis, and now he does the debate team. He used to be into partying. He used to be a social drinker, uh, be, all about getting girls, getting the hot girl, just being popular. That's all he cared about. Later on, he becomes dynamic and he becomes more caring and just different and sees different perspectives and just becomes more down to earth. Um, Now, Ezra is an only child. He lives with his mom, who's absolutely a health freak. It's to the point that it's almost driving him up the walls. His father, you don't hear too much about. He's very strict with Ezra because he's a little disappointed that he lost his tennis scholarship when he obviously got hit by the car, as well as uh, he lives with his chocolate lab Cooper. Now, the second main character is Cassidy. Now, we don't hear a lot about Cassidy until the end, and a lot of them are spoilers, so I really can't say a whole lot about Cassidy. But through the whole book, you're really just wondering what's in Cassidy's past. Now, this girl is very different. She's very outgoing. She's just out there, which makes her very desirable when it comes to guys who've just seen the same old thing multiple times. I mean, Eastwood High, after a while, they just create carbon copies, supposedly. So Cassidy's very out there. She's also on the debate team. She was actually the best in her state. They live in California, so she has kind of conquered the whole Californian debate district. So she's very intelligent. She loves philosophy, and she's probably going to go far in life from the sounds of it. But there's still a lot of it that you need to find out if you want to read the book. So to summarize the novel real quickly, now, Ezra believes that everyone has a tragedy that happens in their life in one way or another, either at the beginning or the end of their life or in between. He believes his happened in grade 11 when he got hit by a big black SUV barreling down the road when he was leaving a party because he caught his girlfriend on the job with someone else. Ezra then, it happened in June, and throughout summer, he missed it because he was in rehabilitation and he was gone, so he missed all the parties and he became less popular. When he went back to school in grade 12, he was a loser. He became friends with his friend Toby, who he was friends with in grade 8, but stopped being friends because Toby kind of came crazy after his tragedy, which happened in grade 8, where this guy stood up on a roller coaster ride and they hit a tunnel and the guy got decapitated and the head landed in Toby's lap. So, kind of scary. So, Ezra and Toby become friends. Toby introduces him to Cassidy. Cassidy and him have a love connection, chemistry. Cassidy introduces him into different worlds, sneaks him into philosophy university courses, Ezra realizes that he wants to go further and stay at college, goes on to, Cassie takes him to flash mobs, to movie premieres, to debate team. Ezra becomes different, he doesn't want to be popular, he doesn't care. And then sooner or later, there's so much of a love connection that it breaks, or doesn't. See, the thing about this story is that a lot of their past goes together, so then you have to really understand that there's a lot of foreshadowing, and it's crazy that like their two pasts, how different they are and how connected they are. So I'm not going to put any spoilers. Maybe they stay together, maybe not. You're going to have to read to find out, but it's a very good romance novel for girls and guys, I would honestly say. Book 4.5 out of 5. The reason I would mark it as that is the fact that it had a wonderful storyline. It was always intriguing. The beginning was fantastic in the sense of how you started the book and immediately you were thrown into a conflict and a scenario that was very much dramatic and just kind of disturbing, but it just kind of made you keep on wanting to read. As well as the character development is definitely well written throughout the whole novel. You definitely get a feel of who Ezra Faulkner is and Cassidy is throughout the novel. The conflicts are very good because not only is there the love conflict, but there's many other um, other conflicts such as his fear of society because of his disability with his leg and his limp, and because he'll never be able to be a tennis all-star as he used to be. There's also definitely other conflicts throughout the novel with his family, school, his old friends versus his new friends. So there's just so many different conflicts that it just keeps you intrigued. The reason I didn't like this book, and I rated it a 4.5 out of 5, is that there are some parts of the book that the concepts get really hard to understand. A lot of times throughout this book, they mention the characters' past and how they intertwine with each other. So it's very much that you have to fully understand their past, and it's more than just reading between the lines, and it's analyzing, and you have to try to remember key concepts in each person's past. So after a while, it just gets really confusing, and that was the only part that I did not enjoy. I would recommend this book, The Beginning of Everything, to anyone that is interested in easy-to-read romance novels. This book is not overly sappy into romance, so it is a pretty easy read, as well as people that like plot twists and suspense, because throughout many parts of the book, you honestly don't know what's going to happen next. And even the end of the book is still a surprise. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I really hope you get the chance of reading this book. Thank you.